What is going on, guys? Premier League predictions back here in full force on the Underrated Sports channel. I'm here with Eric. Say what up, Eric.
What up?
And let's roll the intro. All right. Hope you guys like the new intro. We're going to get right into our picks. Our picks last week were terrible. They were butt cheeks. They were dog doo doo. We don't want to talk about them from behind. We don't even know what we're talking about out here, right, Eric?
Yeah, you know.
But there's always next week.
Yep.
So we can get right off into a big match, big things to talk about in this match. Liverpool, Chelsea.
Yeah, there are a couple things that I want to talk about preemptively in this. Both of these teams are middle of the table, 9-10, and they're both 19 points out from Arsenal. Real quick, before we discuss this match, are they out of talk for the title this year?
For the title, yes, but contending for Champions League and things of that sort, I don't think so. I think there's still some hope.
Okay, I agree with you there. I think they'd have to both go on massive streaks, and everybody else at the top would have to take a real dip in performance for them to make a title chase. I just wanted to get that out of the way with both of the teams slipping up and having this middle of the table season right now. But I'm glad we got that out of the way. Anyways, discussing the match of this week between Liverpool and Chelsea, I'm not quite sure how this one's gonna go. Chelsea's coming off of the win against Crystal Palace last week, 1-0, and Liverpool's coming off of a big loss to Brighton, 3-0. I think it's gonna be a draw.
I like that. I don't know how Liverpool's going to respond to that loss. That was kind of embarrassing for them. Not a good one. I think you could say how this match goes could answer our question of who can make a run for a top spot. Uh, I think I might have to go with Chelsea. Just I hate to go against Liverpool. I know they can win this game. I know they're capable of it, but right now I think I'm gonna just have to go with Chelsea.
Yeah, I like what you're saying on that one. Liverpool has a tendency to play better in big games. The only issue is both of these teams have something to prove. So I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we will. Let's move right into the next one. Leicester City versus Brighton. Coming off that great performance, so you don't want to take anything away from that squad. They still performed. It seems like everybody's looking at Liverpool instead of Brighton in this situation.
Yep. Um, Brighton played a great game last weekend. I think the performance that they put up was great. What they did, on the pitch was really good. Taking down that Liverpool defense, putting three on the board. That's really good stuff from them, and I don't want to take anything away from them. In this week's match against Leicester City, I'm going to say that Brighton's going to take the win over this. Leicester's been in a little bit of a slump. Brighton's coming off of a good win. I think they're going to keep the momentum rolling into next week and take the win.
Yeah, I think I might have to agree with you there. I think I'm going to roll with Brighton after that great performance. I think they're going to keep things rolling. So let's move into our next one on the list, Southampton versus Aston Villa.
Hampton and Villa. This one's going to be a little bit of an interesting match. Villa took the win last week against Leeds 2-1, and Southampton took the win 2-1 over Everton. But between the two squads, I got to take Villa in this one. I think overall they're the better squad. Southampton is, not doing too great this season. They're taking the bottom of the table right now. So honestly, I think that Villa has the lead here, and I think they're going to take the win.
I'm also going to go Aston Villa. I agree with that. So leading into our next pick, we got West Ham versus Everton. I think I don't know what I'm going to have to go here, honestly. I think I'm going to go with the Everton win here.
Yeah. So with both of these teams being 18 and 19 in the table, it's really tough to tell. Everton took the loss to Southampton last week, and West Ham took the loss to Wolves last week. Both one-score games, but you know, it's going to be tough to tell. I think that it's going to probably end in a draw. I think both these teams are going to put all they can on the table, but I'm not quite sure. Ooh, sorry about that. I'm not quite sure how this one's going to turn out.
Gotcha. So what, you're picking Everton?
Draw. I'm
Draw,
taking
draw,
draw.
draw. Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
draw. Okay, Bournemouth versus Nottingham Forest. I don't know what to go here, honestly. I don't know who has the edge, so I'm going to go draw.
I'm going to take Nottingham Forest in this one. Um, Bournemouth lost to Brentford. Yeah, they lost to Brentford last week, and I'm totally blanking. Who's the other team in this match? Oh, Nottingham
Nottingham
Forest.
Forest.
Nottingham Forest took the win over Leicester last week. Nottingham's got the higher spot in the table. I think that they're going to take the win this week.
Yep, very doable. I don't disagree. Now we got Crystal Palace and Newcastle. Newcastle coming off a win, I know that. So I think they're going to keep their good season, strong performance going. I'm going to have to roll with a Newcastle dub.
Yep, I'm taking Newcastle as well. They've got the win from last week. They're having a good season. I'm going to take Newcastle.
All right, now Man City versus the Wolves. There's a Man City's needing a bounce back here after last week.
Yeah, so after City lost in Manchester last week, um, it's gonna be real, it's gonna be a real down on them. The team is probably gonna take it to heart, and I think they're gonna bring it back out on the pitch against Wolves this week and have a really good bounce back performance. So I'm gonna take City.
Yeah, I think City's going to be looking for blood. I think they're probably going to slaughter these Wolves, if I have to be honest. So I'm going to go with City. They're definitely going to want to still prove they're in contention for this title.
Yep.
All right, moving on to Leeds United versus Brentford. Leeds coming off a disappointing loss.
Yep. So Leeds coming off the loss last week to Aston Villa against Brentford. Honestly, I think I'm going to take Brentford in this one. They're higher up in the table. Leeds is coming off of a loss. Brentford has been doing pretty good this season. I like what they're doing with the squad and how they're playing this year. I'm going to take Brentford.
I don't disagree with you, but out of spite of terrible picks and everything not going the way we see, I'm just gonna go with Leeds here. I know they have the capability to do so, but we'll have to see how they perform.
Yep.
Okay, moving into the biggest match of the week. We could say this is the match of the week. The match everybody's looking forward to. A couple of title contenders. Man United coming off a great win. Manchester is red now. Arsenal leading the way, looking for a title. Who you got in this one? I'll defer to you.
Great, thanks. It's gonna be interesting. I think I have to go with the Gunners this week. I think Arsenal is just looking really good right now. You know, this Arsenal squad is young and is fit and is here to play and is here to win. I think that the United squad is also good, young, ready to play. They're coming off the huge win in Manchester, but I think that, Arsenal are here. They want to win this. They have something to prove. I think Arsenal's going to take it in this one.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be a good match. It's tough to tell. We could have a win either way or a draw possibly, so it's kind of hard to tell. But I think I'm gonna have to stick with an Arsenal win here, same as you.
Yep.
So
I think it is going to be interesting. Real quick, I think it is going to be interesting though to see what Rashford does in this, because Rashford has had the streak going. The Arsenal defense is good. He's going to have a tough challenge this week, but that's what we said last week, and he kept his streak alive. I think it's going to be really important to see what Rashford does for United, to see how they kind of play up front. And I think that's kind of going to, shape the pace of the game.
Yeah, definitely. So moving into our final game of this really interesting weekend, Fulham versus Tottenham.
Yeah, this is supposed to be a really good game. After Tottenham lost the battle for North London last week against Arsenal, and them still in contention here, needing the wins to make ends meet here, I think that honestly, I'm looking for Tottenham to make a bounce back after the loss to Arsenal. I think they're gonna try and take it, but it's gonna be a real tough battle for that 5-6 spot.
Yeah, definitely agree. I think Tottenham's going to pull out with a win here as well. So that about wraps up our picks. Hopefully it goes a lot better than last weekend. We should have another great weekend of football though. So it's going to be exciting. It's going to be awesome. So that concludes our picks for today. Thank you, Eric, for making your picks.
Thank you.
And we will see you guys next week.
See you.